Welcome to Ultimate General American Revolution. I have gone through and started two campaigns so far. Both ended with bugs that have been fixed in two of the three latest patches. I just saw the third patch coming out before starting this campaign. I did notice the last verbiage on the patch notes for the latest patch were fixed some issues, introduced new ones. So let's see what we can find for new issues. Hopefully we don't. But I will be starting a new campaign. And of course, this is very early access, so only the American side is... So yes, we were born to a successful plantation owner in America. And of course, this whole narrative right here is based on the historic George Washington. We're going to go with an ancestor of mine, a signer of the Declaration of Independence. And with this, I think the one thing that I have noticed so far is that melee is definitely horrible for the Americans starting out. So I think anything that can get some charisma or endurance. So 3 endurance. Yeah, I think we're going... one eye on everybody. Here, I think Command Aura is probably the best. I think once we get multiple generals, own speed doesn't matter as much. And then this is the big choice. So Endurance and Charisma, which I don't want to do. Endurance and Willpower, or just Endurance. I think we've got to spread it out with Endurance and Willpower. Because Willpower boosts morale regeneration, decreases. So, yeah, morale's going to be kind of screwed no matter what. But, well, we'll go for depression. With this, willpower, stamina, or firearms, I'm going to go willpower. With this, the money is... I mean, the reputation can definitely be of service to you also. I think that extra $10,000... Yeah, that $10,000, and then I haven't fought with a warship yet. I think as the Americans, you're not going to get too much done with warships. 1,000 extra civilian muskets. I think we'll capture enough muskets. I think this extra militia unit is going to be invaluable. All right, I'm good with that picture. Ended up with pretty good stats. These aren't going to be too wildly different, I think, between characters. We'll stick with normal difficulty. Yeah, if we go opponent, army, and navy up 25% or 50% and we're -10, it would be brutal to start this campaign as it is right now. Granted, AI, the British, have not been really worked on at all, from what I understand. So they're basically just given troops in mass 500 to 700 at a time. And that's our difficulty. Okay, so we've got the 2 regiments, one from Pennsylvania, one from Virginia. And they are down here. I want to head to Providence first. I also want to... Okay, they're full. Let's bring them out. And I'm going to bring them over here also. And we'll give discipline training to both of our units here. So this is the unit that wouldn't be here without that decision. Definitely want to take Rhode Island as quickly as we can. I'd like to take Middleborough. And then we hold as best we can. Now with this, Concord and Lexington... We get 10 extra prestige, always get the extra prestige. So yeah, we've basically got a bunch of skirmishers to begin with. I'm going to get you guys over here. You guys over here. And then these guys, I'm just going to let come out and at least slow down the British. This is really a waiting game for us. As the Americans, I need to slow them down while we bring up more forces. Leaving the 138 back here, just so we have that blocking unit from the objective. And we're already running away a little bit. Like I said, these are skirmisher units. We're just trying to slow the British forward momentum towards Concord, Lexington, whichever this is actually representing. And that's what's going to happen. We're going to get constant reinforcements throughout the battle. Basically, I'm trying to wait for the British to go charging in, and I want to fall back our forces when they do. I don't want us to meet in hand-to-hand combat, especially with these guys with the hats, the grenadiers. They will. I mean, we're already dealing with Minutemen and militia, not trained soldiers. These guys will not treat us well. I think we're doing pretty good so far. Let me go ahead, do a quick pause, and I'm going to... Okay. Looks like everybody's heading towards the battlefield. So I'm good with that. Okay. Oh. They stopped their charge. And we ran away. Okay. That's good. Now we do have these two militiamen. I'm going to go ahead and bring them up. I'm going to bring these guys over here. These guys I'm going to bring to this point. And actually, I want to pull these guys out. Just want to use... So, these are our skirmishers. We want to use them in their role as best as possible at this point. I'm going to let the actual militia, which are more line troops, hold this back objective. All right. So 175 coming in. Doing really well so far. Let me... Nope. And yep, fall back. Don't get engaged. Yeah, see, they'll begin running at you and then stop once your forces start running away. So if you're using... Just hitting that fallback basically stops them. All right, we've got more wonderful Patriots coming up. Let's get them into some positions also. Come on. And it won't actually let you click until the last guy crosses that line. So basically at this point, I'm just putting everybody into one of these points. Want some defense in depth. These guys, our skirmishers, are doing amazing work right now. We've got more over here. It should allow us time. And we've got the two front units. These two positions are most important. I don't want to have to run these guys. That's why I'm doing this delaying maneuver. Because I don't want these guys to be exhausted and on my front line. Yeah, and these Minutemen, they're complete. Everyone on this battlefield really is expendable. Yep, see here they're charging, but they already shattered us just with the gunfire. We have inflicted, we've gotten 3 units down to almost 100. So we're at least inflicting some casualties, which is really all I can ask. All right, now here's another big unit. We've got 2 more skirmisher units. I'm going to set these guys in this tree line. I'm going to bring this guy over to the farm, but just outside of it. The 250-man units outnumber anything they have 2 to 1. So those are kind of our just bulk death dealers. All right, these guys, I need them. So again, all these guys are expendable. Just want them to hold the British up. That's their only objective at this point. As now we're just filing in here. Taking our positions. All right, now we've got 2 more skirmisher units on the flank here. And yeah, they're going to force off our initial troops, but they are taking casualties every step of the way. And we keep getting more and more troops. There's another 3. There's another 250-man unit. I'm going to set him kind of right in the center here. Actually, I'll set him up there. These other... There we go. These guys, I'm going to want to get in this tree line. And once his last guy crosses the line... There we go. I'm going to set him in this tree line. Trees off for cover. Cover is good. Yeah, and like, there we go. There's 1,000 men. It's basically the same size as their entire force. Just walked onto the battlefield. I'm going to set them up over here. But yeah, now they're in contact with our defensive positions. We're in place, ready to hold. And then more men coming up on each of their flanks so we can start flanking them. I don't think there's any wrong, right, or there's no wrong way to do this battle. It's meant as a tutorial. That's how it functions. You're given so many troops, it's hard to lose as the Americans. But I think this is what the more stress-free. Let's turn the camera around here. Get our own side. Stress-free approaches. I mean, they're still fighting our skirmishers over here, and we can begin to bring forward real troops. Or we can simply have them halt and hold. So these guys are heading. Come on, stop. Please. So they keep moving ostensibly because they're overlapping fields of fire. So if you run into units just randomly moving off on their own, it's usually because somebody's blocking their fire. But this little button, the hold, halt, and then hold, does help with cover and morale. So that's a very important tactic that we'll be using. Yeah, like these guys pulling back, basically, I think they found themselves in line with one of these other units. But at this point, let's just make sure we've got everybody laying fire. And then we can take these and move them further off to the flank. And we've still got this unit of 250 back here. So at this point, I almost want them to kind of take this unit out and advance. There they go. Because they'll get fire from 3 sides if they march right into that. And I'm completely fine with that. Yeah, see here, blocked. Which really they shouldn't be. Because this unit's firing over here. So hopefully we can get just in front of them and fire on these guys. Somehow we routed their supply wagon. Okay, these Minutemen have shattered. Now, it looks like their only undamaged unit is approaching 2 of our units. Together outnumbering them. Doesn't look like they're bringing anybody else forward, though. These guys hopefully are going to open fire. There they go. Just a similar exchange. Almost 1-to-1 casualties. Okay, at this point, I'm just going to charge. Yeah, our unit began to wander off. I think they do need to fix that just a bit. Because, you know, I realized that I was talking over here, but still. You're going to get battles larger than this. And to have units just moving off willy-nilly. But, in any case, we'll send one to attack these guys and one to send another flank this way. Keep the fire going. All right, let's advance this 250-man unit. Let's see. Let me move. Oop. Take that off, and then I need you guys to advance, not move to the side. And I'm going to go ahead and move this 129 up. Yeah, let me... This is where I think there's some AI problems. And it might just because all of these are militia and they're in loose formation. And they're taking up a larger space than the line units. All right. Let's get both of these guys and charge, 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 attack, attack. And especially at this early stage of the campaign, we have worse weapons, no discipline. We definitely need almost a 3-to-1 firing advantage. 18th foot has shattered. That is wonderful to hear. All right, I'm going to move you guys against them, and you can move against them. These two units are going to keep pursuing. And you know what? I might as well move him. And these guys I'm going to move as reinforcements. Yeah, see here, troops just coming up. And those look like the grenadiers. So let's move these guys up into position. And I don't think we're able to combine units yet. All right, this I need to charge into. And actually, I might take advantage of these earthworks. We got the route over there. Yep, they're driving us off on this flank. Let's go ahead and get a response together. 3 more units. We're going to win this fight based over here. I mean, I've got over 1,000 men firing into 100. So this little sideshow over here doesn't really matter all that much. Especially like these guys taking up that the fence line. Because now we're firing at them from 3 sides. And there's not much they can do about it. Actually, I'm going to move these guys out so they can really open up. Hopefully. But yeah, we've got about 6 minutes left of this. We can now finish the battle. Doesn't really, I mean, you don't get anything. 1,000 casualties on our side and 767 on theirs. All right, with that we get 1,000 civilian muskets and another regiment. Once again, we'll go with the discipline training. I actually am going to pull out of Portsmouth and have that force regroup down here at Leicester. And have our forces continue on the path to Providence, which actually will take all of these guys. There we go. So 240-minute Providence, 240 at Newport. We have, what is that, 2,200 almost, give or take. In this campaign, I think we will need every... What's this? Can I fight? I cannot fight this. Okay. It's definitely a ship of some variety of ours. But I would gladly trade Portsmouth for Providence and Newport, simply because it's connected to the only capital we have, which is Hartford. Yes, Portsmouth is a capital too, but I'd actually rather give that up and take these, which is kind of our goal. All right. I expect the British to just run, but we'll advance on Providence. Oh, and we now are Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army. So let's take a second for that real quick. Up here, we can increase salary and bounty, which will increase the unit's morale and the level of recruits. So basically 1 gold per, or 100 gold per 100 recruits is what we're paying right now. We don't have any expenses at the moment, but I can already see that salary is at 740. And salary is going to get a little out of hand because we're going to build as many troops as we can to do what all we need to do. But I'm going to start with the quartermaster department. And I'm actually going to speed that along. I want to get these first couple out of the way. All right. Castile, let's put him in the city. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I want to bring these guys up. Right now they have just 1 unit. I want to go ahead and bring up the other 2. So from 150 to 450 makes a much better unit. Now you can bring this to battle. With our numerical advantage, they're just going to run. We're not even going to cause one casualty. What I am going to do is I'm going to set helms. Oh, what do we? Oh, the quartermaster department. All right, let's go back into here. Let's assign Jay Richardson. Don't think we need to mess with forge payment yet. But we can click here and go to the tech tree. So we definitely want wagon. That's going to be our first thing to get. Everything else in here, I see ammunition and supply. Supply house is probably going to be a big one. Horse pasture. So we'll probably hit this first column next. All right, and as far as Commander-in-Chief, this one's... normally I would go for the engineering department, which is down here, which is going to give us this, which is going to allow us to build factories. I don't think it's absolutely necessary at the moment. I would rather get moving on Fusiliers and Benedict Arnold first, or at least reduce the days. So we're going to start with Army Innovation, which is going to lead to the barracks. If we have to, we can take engineering department with a cost of 10 prestige. So that's not that big of a deal. But 43, we need to get moving on. All right, Helms. All right, you're finally moving. So I assume they're either going to retreat towards Middleborough or Newport. Oh, they routed. Which way are they routing? Send our boys in. Yep, they're going here. Doesn't look like... Okay. We're going to catch him. Oop. What do we got here? What do we got? Are they going to let us take Middlesbrough too? They outran the general. Oh, they're going straight to Boston. They're chasing them all the way to Boston. That wasn't my intention. Okay, we got Massachusetts Patriots at 450. Let me actually pause real quick, because we just got line of sight. Looks like 1,200 men out of Boston are coming towards Middlesbrough. Newport, Providence, and Middlesbrough are all wide open. We've routed this force, but I don't think we can take 1,200 with this. So I think I'm going to... All right. Let's get... Yeah. Okay, they're falling back into Boston. So we can take Middlesbrough. I'm going to send Wheel over here, Reynolds to Newport. And then... Where did our unit? Ah, here's our unit. Let's go ahead and expand these guys. You see, we have 1,700 civilian muskets. These guys are ready to go, so we're going to send them out. Yeah, we're going to capture the whole of southern Massachusetts and all of Rhode Island in one fell swoop. And market, we got 7 brown besses down here. So that's good. Finance, all right, we're still doing all right. Oh, 720 British reinforcements. We got 10 more prestige for Providence. We got 10 more prestige and our first ship for Newport. And I'm going to have these guys all join the garrisons. The garrisons will allow them to replenish both ammunition, provisions, and troops. You kind of see over here. Yeah, they already sent 27 recruits. Newport has 16. Middlesbrough, 186. So that'll probably come in here shortly, especially this lead unit. So they have 3,500 men in Boston. I like our position presently. I don't expect us to hold this. Construct a recruiting house. Can we do that? No. All right. So this is where we've taken us down to 40 days. I'm going to go ahead, switch out for the engineering department. That'll allow us to build it in 1 day. And these guys, I want them in Providence also. I've got the general out here scouting. If this Boston force moves in any direction, which they haven't even taken Providence yet, then I will fall back from Middlesbrough. I'm hoping to hold Providence. I'd like to hold Leicester. Middlesbrough is the one I'm willing to sacrifice at this time. All right. So yeah, they're at 4,300. You know, you might. Not really. 8, 1,200. Say 13, 2,000, 2,500. Yeah. There's no way you could have attacked Boston with inferior troops at this point. All right, so we have our engineering department. Now we also need production infrastructure. But we can go down here to Hartford. We can select that. Recruiting house. And then still the production infrastructure says factory, which means I think it's something that produces things. Or, yeah, in Hartford. So agriculture, infrastructure. What can I put here? Perhaps the factory. Okay, so we're going to spend 1,600. We're going to put the factory in right there. Looks like this is our economic map. Construction. All right, so Lower Massachusetts produces salt and wheat. Salt from Rhode Island. Looks like we get some timber and coal from Western Massachusetts. Same from, not really sure if this should be Maine, maybe New Hampshire at this point, because Maine was part of Massachusetts. And then down here for Connecticut, we've got wood, probably iron and wheat. We are building docks here in Newport, and what's the first building? Town Hall here in Providence. All right, so I think that's a good start. We can still expand our military, and I think I'm going to do that here in Providence with militia regiments. We've got 2 commanders. I'm going to go ahead and get those guys. Well, one of them started because I need one. I would like to get some artillery. That is true. Yeah, 3-pounders. Let me go ahead and get 10 3-pounders. And then we will go after this. I'm going to put him in charge. Militia. 2, 3. Artillery. Create. Okay, so that gives us another 500 men. Now we do have one other officer. We do have this available again, so we're going to go back to Army Innovations. Because I don't need an artillery department yet, I don't believe. As far as the engineering goes, we do have the available hunting rifle, which efficiency is really good. Pennsylvania rifle. Melee is bad on these guys, but I'm not sure if this is production or better importation. As you can see, the efficiency of the Hunter in the Pennsylvania is better than any of the European rifles. The melee is much worse. And then I think there's United States musket, which is kind of worse than the Brown Bess. Let me get rid of this Hartford thing. Okay, let's see if that works. There we go. And the Virginia 76, which I guess kind of matches the European models. But I definitely, the efficiency on the Hunter in Pennsylvania, I like. It's only 2, but as our troops get better, that I think expands. But actually, I don't need anything in that projects tree right this second. You know what? I'm going to actually create another unit. I think just having men in the field is more important at this stage than going heavily after technology. That being said, I wonder what all we get from the artillery department. You know what? I'm going to do this. And I'm going to spend the research points on that. Or the prestige on that. I'm going to leave the episode here. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this has been slightly helpful in seeing what can all happen. After this, the next episode, we're going to try and hold tight a little bit. I might, if we can get some extra officers, put together a little force to go after Boston, or at least put it into siege, which would be historical. I don't think we can go after Fort Stevens, but that would be a very nice take. Right now, our forces just aren't strong enough to do much of anything except for hold a perimeter around Boston, which is kind of like a siege. So that's what I'm going to call it. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, leave a comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff.